Hey, is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horse.
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
I was alone so long, it's all I knew. There's a certain kind of comfort in what you're used to. It's hard to miss what you never got to pursue. The walls were built, the bridges burned. Had a lot of love that was never returned. A whole collection of lessons to unlearn. Now the season changed, there's an open door. Don't wanna live like this anymore. Will this be better than it was before? Come take me home, I need to be alone. The fence is frayed and torn, been falling like a stone. I think that I like it, come take me home. All your words and your casual glances, breaking down what's left of my defenses. Melt the scars, hint at second chances. Now you're firing shots across my bow. My flag is up, surrender loud. Nothing's perfect except for this right now. Come take me home, I need to be alone. The fence is frayed and torn, been falling like a stone. I think that I like it, come take me home, I need to be alone. The fence is frayed and torn, been falling like a stone. I think that I like it, come take me home. Been through bad and hell to get to this good. The Jesus burst times right for sure. The path was lit, I'm running past where I stood. Come take me home, I need to be alone. The fence is frayed and torn, been falling like a stone. I think that I like it, come take me home, I need to be alone. The fence is frayed and torn, been falling like a stone. I think that I like it, come take me home. Come take me home. All right. The show is Horses Say None of It. My name is Ralph Litwood, and our guest today is Dave Vargo.
Thanks for
Welcome to the
having
show,
me.
Dave.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me on the show.
It's our pleasure. You've been playing a long time since you were
Since I was 8, yeah.
a boy.
Too many years to count, you know. I just wanted to start playing. I think I was 3 years old, running around with a plastic guitar and a Beatle wig, and they wouldn't start lessons that young, so they made me wait till 8, and that's when I started taking lessons. And been almost playing ever since. I stopped a couple of times, took some breaks, but for the most part, it's been nonstop.
And you grew up in New Brunswick.
I was born in New Brunswick, grew up in East Brunswick, actually, so in one town over.
A Jersey boy.
Yeah, I couldn't get away for too long. I went away to college, I toured the world a bunch, and I came right back to Jersey again. I could have ended up in California. What happened? I don't know.
I asked myself that question.
Do you have an answer for it yet?
No.
Me neither.
So you're a graduate of Berklee College of Music with
Yeah.
honors.
Yeah. I graduated early, luckily. Because I studied guitar so long, I knew a lot of the harmony and a lot of the theory stuff, so you're able to test out a lot of the classes. So I did my curriculum in just about over 3 years. So, and then they sent me packing.
Cool. You want to tell us about that first song?
Sure. That's called "Come Take Me Home." It's the opening track on my latest record, or my debut record, I should say. It was one of the first songs that I wrote. And as usual, I typically come up with the chords and melody first, and I struggle with lyrics for weeks and weeks and weeks, and until I finally have something. And that one, I think, was the third song I ever wrote. And as with the first two, the lyrics took a long time to get them where I wanted them to be.
And what are you going to play for us next?
I'm going to do another track off the record. This is called Choose.
How was I to know every time you go, you are heading to a place that kept you safe? Sometimes it feels so much that I lose myself, and the thought of that is so damn terrifying. Life could make you cry, even if you tried. You could never understand the pain I've lived through. I've seen the bad before, haunts me even more, ties me down and keeps me sad and steals away my joy, my joy. With everything that you've been through, to live in life what's left to prove. It doesn't have to be so tragic. You fight to win, but expect to lose. You lose and fade, you've lit the fuse. I've never been that automatic. Someday you're gonna have to choose. Take a look around, see how far you come. It's a long, long way from where you were before. So many reasons why you still need to try. Like the way your fist push past the ghost. There's so much more, much more. With everything that you've been through, to live in life what's left to prove. It doesn't have to be so tragic. You fight to win, but expect to lose. You lose and fade, you've lit the fuse. I've never been that automatic. Someday you're gonna have to choose. I wish that I could save you from the struggle of your life, but only you can save you now. I had to seek for your redemption with the good from all the bad, but you will have to find your truth. Today you're gonna have to choose. Everything that you've been through to live a life what's left to prove. It doesn't have to be so tragic. You fight to win, but expect to lose. You lose and fade, you've lit the fuse. It's never been that automatic. Someday you're gonna have to choose.
Good one.
Thanks.
So you mentioned that you toured the world.
That's probably a slight exaggeration. Most of the touring was continental U.S., Canada. I was touring with a very prominent diva, and she was on her way to Japan, and I quit before she went to Japan, so I never got to do the Asia tour. A little bit of Europe, the islands, but mostly domestic U.S., which is a lot easier when you tour, because typically we're driving by bus. So.
Were you talking about Whitney Houston?
Whitney Houston was the aforementioned diva, yes. She would fly from show to show. We would bus from tour to show to show. So we didn't have quite as nice a digs as she did, but she was a star.
Yes, she was.
Yes.
I once played in a square dance band at her house in Mendham.
Oh, wow. The Mendham was the house with all the round rooms. All the round rooms was what the...
I don't know, we didn't get in the house. We just played outside.
Gotcha. And did Whitney square dance?
She did for about 10 minutes.
Good.
And then the party followed her to the pool. And they followed her to the house. And we were playing outside.
But it was probably nice outside, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Nice walled-in compound in the outskirts of Mendham.
Yeah, I was only there once. She didn't mingle with the band too often, so it was very much. She was the boss, we were the employee kind of relationship. So, but once we got to go to the house.
This was an after-tour party that we played at.
Oh, cool. So it must have been mobbed.
There was a crowd following her around, yes.
Yeah.
So, you also played with Phoebe Snow.
Yeah, a totally different type of music, totally different type of relationship. Phoebe was, to all these people I played with are now deceased. Phoebe was just a fantastic lady, a fantastic voice. She would have had a much bigger career had she chose to. She had a daughter that was mentally handicapped, and she got out of the business touring and putting records that she could raise her daughter. And she made most of her money singing on jingles. So if you think back in the 80s and 90s, a lot of like the Campbell Soup jingles and soap jingles, you hear that great voice, that was Phoebe Snow. And then I think about 10 years ago, she started touring again. I no longer had a relationship with her, but she went out and toured with Donald Fagen and those guys and did a rhythm and blues review. So she actually got out to sing, which is fantastic because she's one of the best singers I've ever heard. Very underrated.
Yes, we saw her in Morristown.
And what'd you think?
She put on a great show.
Yeah.
So what else do you have for us?
I'm going to do, I guess, another one off the record. This is called Wishing on a Star.
Had the thirst when you were young, and you couldn't feed your hunger. You knew you always wanted more, didn't know just where to find it. You were wishing on a star, it hasn't taken you too far, not too far. couldn't linger there too long. The power to keep you was too strong. You're missing love you never knew after all that you've been through. You were wishing on a star, but it hasn't taken you too far. Maybe someday we'll make a star. You keep wishing on your star. Now you're running out of time. What the hell do you hope to find? I've been waiting on your doorstep. Will you know when you've arrived? All the dreams that you subscribed, maybe you're already there, already there. Someday we'll make it ours. You keep wishing on your star.
Thank you. Lots of clapping.
We should let folks know that they can find out more information about your recordings and your appearances at davevargomusic.com.
That's right. Yep. I'm on Facebook also, and all the normal, I guess, channels for that kind of stuff. So Dave Vargo Music on Facebook also.
Very good. I have another question for you, but I can't space out on it. Oh, maybe it'll come to me later. What else would you like to play for us?
You know, I'm going to try a new song. I'm starting down that road in the process of writing new material for the next album. So this is a pretty new one on an out-of-tune guitar. This is always the funnest part about playing live.
Hear the wind outside your door. Bossy questions blowing across the floor. Always wish I had said more. Turning 20s into ones. Heads are full of all the things you've done. Really think this was the one. 'Cause ain't the town can bring this house mark and paid the price. Conquered demons never could suffice. You tried and tried with all your might. Chasing on was past the test. Convince yourself that what you did was best. How did it end up such a mess? Change the tone to burn this whole thing crashing down. Is there nothing left to say this time around? Whispering the name you're dreaming. Keep whispering the name you're dreaming. Will you ever set things free? Get it back to where it's supposed to be. Know the things you cannot see. Change the tone to burn this whole thing crashing down. Is there nothing left to say this time around?
Great audience.
You play a lot as a studio musician.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's kind of funny that, especially since the album has come out, it's really kind of picked up. People like the sounds they heard on there, and the guitar sounds and the guitar parts, so that's led to a lot of work. But prior to that, I get calls here and there, mostly for, acoustic electric guitar, sometimes for bass, occasionally for background vocals, but a lot of projects have been coming my way. Some people looking for production now too, help them co-write songs and produce some of their things. There's a lot of, and I'm down in the Asbury Park area of New Jersey, and there's a lot of kind of up-and-coming scarlets, for lack of a better term. They're 18, 19, 21 years old, and they're looking to kind of replicate some of the sounds that we got. So I've been working with a few of them when I can squeeze them in, which is kind of fun.
Cool. We have just enough time to take it out with you.
Okay, you ready to play?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Ralph and I are going to jam on a song from my record. This is called Finding My Way to You.
Thanks for being our guest.
What's that?
Thanks for being our guest on Horns to Sing.
Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it. It's been fun.
My pleasure.
I thank all you guys too.
Didn't realize when we met in that old bar, I was still too busy chasing dreams I learned if I should happen. Find my way to you. Without a second glance, I was gone and on my way. Searching down a storm, but my lights of hell to pay. I should happen. Find my way to you. Running to life, days quickly turn to years. I question the reasons, the tears or the fears. Help was always calling, but I could never hear, never hear. Only days and nights I've had more than my fair share. again, meeting at a bar, connected by a friend. I found a lead, found the way to you.